Hi guys, Steve Hogarty here from Open Wealth Creation. I'm your WOD speaker today, your wealth workout of the day. We've been asked a lot of times why we don't invest anywhere but capital cities. In actual fact, the only capital cities are Perth, Melbourne, Sydney and Brisbane. Why don't we look at areas like Adelaide or Albury or Rockhampton or a lot of these regional type centres, Canberra example. There's really only one reason why we don't. Safety. We're not going to put ourselves at risk. And I can give you a dozen examples, but I'm going to give you one example, and it revolves around a town in Queensland called Gladstone. It's a regional township. And it refers, and it's very much echoed in any mining town, but really we want to think about why property grows in value. And the simple reason is there's really only two reasons why property grows in value. That affordability that allows it to grow, but it's based on supply and demand. Now, if we think about supply, we think about where is there an undersupply. And today, across Australia, if we go to a national body like the National Supply Council of Australia, they tell us there's about 187,000 houses in undersupply. Now, that's across Australia, but the majority of that undersupply is in those major capital cities. We think about demand, we have a massive amount of population growth. And I'm going to talk about that very, very shortly in another WOD. But what I can tell you is that the regional townships have got a boom-bust history, and that's not a place to create wealth. You might get a certain amount of growth, but if you don't exit that area quickly, you could actually lose money. Gladstone is the area in question today, and it's a good one to have a talk about because, as I say, it's got a history of it, and it's a classic example of why you would never go to a regional town. I'm trying to think of the year, it's 2012, I actually did a presentation in Gladstone, and I flew in there at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, which allowed me 3 hours before my presentation. I actually hired a car, and Gladstone's not overly big, and drove around Gladstone, and I was amazed by the amount of construction and more importantly the police signs. Now we've got to remember, Gladstone is pretty much, it's probably a sleepy hollow in a lot of ways, and it's a coastal town. But currently they're building the largest liquefied natural gas plant or refinery in the world, just about. And all of the cold stream gas is being piped from western Brisbane or Queensland all the way here to be refined. Now, the problem is that marketers have been marketing to this area for many, many years, and they've been selling it on yield. So you buy something for a price of $500,000 or $600,000 and you might get $800 in rent. And people get sucked into that because of the positive cash flow. The problem is that it's short-lived. And if you get caught when that population goes away, you're going to be in real trouble. So we've got around about 12,000 people that are a part of this construction phase of the refinery, and in the next few years they're going to go. When I approached this audience, I actually asked them how many people have actually been here for more than 5 years, and of the 150 odd people, there was probably about 15 or 20 people that put their hands up. So the balance had only been there for less than 5 years. Of those, the balance of those people, they were all working pretty much on that refinery. I asked them how many people had invested, and there was a heap of people that put up their hands. And I said to them, I'd really be worried about this particular area. A few people said, well, why would we be worried? We're getting good rents and everything else. And I said, the problem is when this job finishes, where are you going to be? What jobs have you got? Today, Gladstone, double-digit vacancy rates. The property prices have come down and the yields have come down. Regional township, mining townships are a risk. They look good from a cash flow perspective, but the quick answer to it is very, very short-lived. Look for reliability and safety, stick to a capital city because that has longevity. Hope that helps. Talk to you soon.